We are such pack animals, right? We want to feel like we're part of a tribe. We want to feel like we're part of a community. And when we start eating differently or not eating at all, we can feel very different and very kind of abnormal, right? When everyone around you is eating constantly and eating, junk that you're trying to avoid, you start to feel like the odd man out, and it's easier to go along to get along. And it's just like, oh, just eat whatever, fit in, don't stand out. And we're taught that from childhood, but we're also that's like built in because back in the day, if you kind of were too far outside of the norm of the pack, they would leave you behind, right? They're going to leave you in the ditch and move along, and there you are left to die. And so there is this kind of survival instinct when it comes to being part of a community to be feel safe. And so sometimes when we're trying to do this out in the world by ourselves, we feel very unsafe. And like you said, with everybody judging and having strong opinions on how you eat, they didn't care when you were rolling through the fast food restaurant. They didn't care when you had a house full of junk. But here, now that you're trying to eat, proteins and vegetables and pause from eating so that you can compel your body to tap into body fat for fuel, then, what are you doing? That's unsafe, right? Like, okay, and so, that experience of constantly feeling unsafe and outside of the norm can make make it even harder to stick with. And it's already hard enough to stick with, right? It's already hard enough to maintain the habits necessary to lose a significant amount of weight. And so part of what I learned, right, as mentioned earlier, is that when you have support, when you join the tribe, when you have a coach, when you are doing things in community, that safety piece is calmed. You now feel like, oh, it's not just me out here by myself on the savannah. I have this whole tribe. I have this whole group of people that is doing this too. It's not weird. It's what we do here, right? Those of us that are part of the fasting method community know, okay, this is, we have our little phrases of like, what would Terry do, right? The dose makes the poison. We have this whole language that we use, and we just feel comforted that we're not alone. We're not by ourselves. We're not going to get left behind. In fact, we're going to be lifted up to get through this journey together.